Sup people, recently I bought this knife right here. It is the Demko Freereign, and I got this on the secondary market for about $100, and it looks to be unused. It's really not a single scratch on here. I don't think it has ever cut anything. And yeah, I buy most of my knives on the secondary market or on sale now. This knife is slightly expensive. It's about a €200 knife, maybe 180, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, $100 seemed to me like a good price. This is the Taiwanese made version. There is a USA made version in Magna Cut, I believe. And this is made in Taiwan with AUS-10A, which is a good steel for a survival style knife. And this is what this is. It's a thicker blade stock, looks like a 4.8mm blade stock. Rubberized handles, really ergonomic grip. It's not the biggest grip on here. I thought this knife in general was a little bit bigger. Should have looked at the specs a little bit more, but yeah, it is a more of a compact style knife. It's not really heavy too. I liked it quite a bit. Good carrying system, similar to a Secure-X from Cold Steel. Andrew Demko obviously designed a lot of cold steel knives as well. This just is different that the inner part of the sheath seems to be a less aggressive material that doesn't dull down the blade as quickly, and you can open it and clean it if you ever need to. Same carrying system than on most cold steel knives. Has this this nylon webbing and a buckle, which is good. I like the combination. But yeah, really nice knife. A little bit thick behind the edge, but it cut really well, even doing the finer slices. Did really well actually. Was not expecting that at all with the grind being a little bit more on the Robusta side. But this is a survival style knife, like I said. It's meant to be harder use. The Magna Cut version might be a little bit thinner behind the edge since the grind is higher. Might be, I don't know for sure, but yeah. That's what we get here. There are a million flies surrounding me right now. Anyways, I will give you a quick size comparison shot with some other knives, and then we go to work. Let's go. We had a lot of storms coming through lately, and the wind knocked over some of the trees, and yeah, we gotta clean that shit up. I got a folding saw and a knife, and that should be good, right? Let's go.
I should have brought a chainsaw. Boom!
Well, before I do some batoning, I want to first do a little bit of the finer cuts as well, just in case we break the knife. You know, at least we would have seen how slicey it is. I showed you before that it actually does the food cutting relatively well for such a thick and sturdy blade. And let's see how it carves. Well, it's not a bushcraft knife per se. It does well. It did well on the chopping part also. And oh my god, this is really difficult to film my video out here. It did well on the chopping part for such a short blade. Obviously this wouldn't be my primary chopping knife if I would chop for an extended period of time. It did really well though. It does better with the thinner stuff like this one, and it gets a little bit more tricky with stuff like this. This is too big for this knife to chop. It is very secure though, because the handle is slightly sticky. I never had the feeling that this is going out of my hand. This thing back here also helps quite a bit. And yeah, I don't need a lanyard necessarily on this one. I like the extended tang, unlike on a Cold Steel SRK for instance, which has an enclosed tang. You can actually use this 2-pounder and stuff, and it works really well. The spine is sharp enough for fire steel if I would have my fire steel on hand, which I don't. Batoning. This seems like a reasonable thickness to baton here. This wood is really dry and really hard. Let's see how it does. I think it will do well since it's such a thick blade. Let's see. That was easy. Pretty good. Yeah, that was very good. Let's do some more carving here. Let's talk about the steel also a little bit. AUS-10A is like a good mid-range steel. It might be, I don't know, it's not the best steel you can get in this price range, I guess. I like AUS-10 quite a bit. It's like a balanced steel. As you can see, it's not super well with the fine carving. It's more of a you know, hard work knife. It's not so much of a bushcrafty feather stick knife. The 10A, good steel. I like it because it's very balanced. It takes the edge quickly. It's decent in edge retention, toughness, and stainlessness all throughout. It's relatively balanced, but it doesn't do either of those things extremely well. It's like it's a good all-rounder steel. It's especially good in like a more of a budgety sub 100 euro knife, which this one sadly isn't. But yeah, this knife kind of in pictures it looked a little bit inexpensive, like the way it is made. It is really high quality though if you get it in hand. I feel it kind of actually surprised me how good it actually is and feels. The grind is symmetrical, everything is like really well done, and it definitely fits the price range that it is in terms of the quality. It's still not a knife that you can like fall in love with easily in terms of its looks. It's just a very simple basic tool, and I kind of like that actually. It's very simple. There's not a lot of things going on here, and that's pretty good, you know. Simplicity works. So if you like, this is like if you need like a tough work knife that does everything and nothing like perfectly. It does really good at chopping smaller sticks. It does good at carving like small stuff, not too much. And it apparently does good at batoning as well. Doesn't do either of those things super well, it just does all of them. Design wise, it's like a basic shape. The drop point appears to be like center lined. It's actually very good controllable tip because it's center lined or almost center lined. The tip is really strong. Andrew Demko left the spine really thick all the way to the tip, so you can for sure do a little bit of that prying if you need to. Yeah, this is a tough knife. This would be good for a lot of things. Any kind of outdoor activity. It would be even a good soldier's knife if it came in like a black blade. Maybe they do that in the future. But yeah, it definitely has the size and weight ratio well balanced out. It is very lightweight for how tough it is. Let's do some more batoning. Let's actually try this piece right here, which is pushing the limits a little bit of the size of the blade and also of the steel, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. I'm not sure if I should do this. I might break the knife doing this, but who knows. This is pushing it a little bit. Oh god, I'm scared. Okay, I don't think this is going to work. This thing is too thick and too nasty. Maybe we can do like chunks of it. Ah, yeah, that works. Okay. I'm very careful with hitting the rubberized handle there because I don't want to destroy it while batoning, which is an issue with rubberized handles. Boom. So yeah, if you have a piece of wood that's way too big for your knife, break it down into smaller pieces and not try going right through the middle. That's not good. The edge held up really well. I don't see any hints of chipping. It still feels very sharp. It's definitely removing skin from my finger still, and yeah, good knife. I was really surprised on how good it chops for the size and weight that it has. Let's talk about the sheath real quick. How's the sheath? Well, I'm wearing it right now. It is okay. It does its job, and I've never disassembled it. I haven't had the need so far, but it is a cool feature. I don't use this lash up here. I know about you. These are for no one really, unless you jump out of planes. But yeah, it's an okay sheath. It's not very heavy. That's good. In a world where you can get the Cold Steel SRK for about 50 bucks, is this knife even worth it? If this is almost 200, for the materials being used and the quality, well, it's definitely a higher quality knife. You can feel that it is very well made, and I don't know if it's really worth it in terms of like the price. It's like, to me it's worth it because I'm like a Andrew Demko hoe. I buy everything and Andrew Demko puts on the market. I buy it all. I just like his designs. I like the simplicity here. I think it's a very simple, very effective knife. Yeah, I like that it has the extended tang here, as opposed to the SRK. I don't know, maybe I get an SRK one day and then I compare these knives. Hard to say in what price range this should be. Maybe a little bit over $100, 120, 150, something like that. Which is actually, it might be in that price range in the US. It's just not here in Europe, but yeah. What else is there to say? It's a good knife. Let's see how it holds up in the future, and like I said, maybe we compare it to the SRK at some point. It would be interesting to see the performance of the MagnaCut blade, if that's a little bit slicier, because it probably is. At least that's what I am thinking, and yeah, that's it. Good knife.